assuming there'll be another.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, hello. Okay,
You
so we did say that we were going to talk about the dark side of reality TV, but somebody, not pointing any fingers and naming any names, Brittany, didn't realize that it wasn't available to
finished?
us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My bad.
So we did a quick 180 and we decided to look at the new episode and the only episode so far of Scamanda on Hulu. And Scamanda
Yeah, it seems
is
like there will be another
about,
one. But
yeah, it definitely had a cliffhanger so big that I was the one
yeah.
that ratted her out. So we're going to find out what
Yeah,
happens
you can't
next.
end on that.
No, you can't. We have no idea what happened. We have no idea of anything, but it's about a lady named Amanda Riley. A woman faked having cancer, scammed people out of money, and deceived friends, family, and even strangers through an elaborate scheme using social media fundraising efforts and to collect donations for her supposed medical treatments.
I am patiently waiting for an episode, a new episode, another episode to come out and tell us how the fuck she pulled that off and for how long. Because
Right.
like she had pictures of herself like in the hospital and like or it looked like the hospital. Did she set up her own freaking bed at home and like
But she
she was
also
in the
has
hospital, right?
IVs in her.
Yeah.
Like
And
she
is
had
her husband
IVs.
in on it? Like,
Exactly. What's happening?
yeah.
So crazy. So crazy. Obviously there's some sort of, why are we always finding stuff that has some sort of religion involved?
I know. And honestly, because it threw me off at first. I was like,
Right.
what? Like,
Scamand, who is Scamand?
right? I'm like, I didn't even mean to pick something that was like religious, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, she was like scamming the whole freaking church. Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
Crazy.
she seemed like she was ready to be a cult leader. Like,
Totally.
you know,
Totally.
whether that was like her end game or not, but like, she's up there, like, telling all these things. People are like in there going, preach, yeah, like cheering
Yeah.
for her. And I'm like, this is insane. And this is how
Yeah.
cults get started.
Totally.
It's
Totally.
creepy.
It is creepy. So from the one episode that we saw, she was a stepmom. She met a whole bunch of friends through her stepchild's school. She was like 24, right? Is that the
Yeah,
age?
she was young.
She was super young. Okay. And then it went deeper. And then all of a sudden she has a child, and then she has really bad cancer, and they have to do chemo, but then they find out that she's pregnant, and then they're going to stop chemo
Yeah.
to have this baby safely, which when they said that, I was like, ooh, like, is that is that a thing? Like, can you get pregnant on chemo? And then can you deliver a healthy baby on chemo? Like before it even went on to that. And
Right.
then all of a sudden the baby's fine. They had the baby. And then
And I would like to throw in that she had told the one friend of hers that when she was questioned about it, that the pregnancy was reversing the cancer.
oh yeah. Yeah.
I
It
will
was a
never forget
miracle.
that. I was like, excuse me, bitch. Red flag. Like, what
Well, and that's probably
kind of people?
why. But then the lady was saying, um, yeah, we fell out, so we weren't that close anymore. And then all of a sudden, I see all these things for her cancer that she just found out 2 years after she already told me she had cancer. And you're like,
Yes, which I'm assuming that
whoa,
other than her like feeling, like that was like her first like actual evidence of like
right.
she's
Something's not
probably
right. Yeah.
lying. Yeah.
Like she cut her ties, obviously, because there was too many things happening. And she just was like, this is too crazy.
Right.
Like, I'm good. We don't need that kind of stress in our life.
Right.
Which, I mean, good for her. But then when she found out about it and she stumbled that it was actually like a huge thing.
Yeah. Falco. Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to scream at my dog. Can I have a piece of this to put him in his crate? Okay. Oh my gosh. Falco. How long were we on Zoom before this? And I swear to God,
30
this is
minutes,
evidence. You are my
30 minutes.
witness.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
You are my witness that as soon as I'm doing anything, everyone else needs something. Okay, come on. Goodness.
Okay.
So now the dog has
So,
to go.
so weird. I'm so interested in what's happening. I really, really, really want to go on a deep Google dive and like kind of like
Yeah,
skip
but I
all
didn't want to
this.
ruin other
Right.
episodes.
I
I
was like,
wish that I
I
would have
need to wait.
realized it wasn't done. I wish I would
I
have realized.
I'm actually looking forward to having a up-to-date conversation about something.
That's true, because we always end up having to binge things, and then I have to remember, like,
Right. Right.
but
Um, Scamanda. I'm just gonna look and see when episode 2 is confirmed.
yeah, I just,
Oh,
I just
it's
want,
tonight at, wait, it's the 6th, right? Yep. It's tonight at 9 p.m. on
ooh,
Hulu.
okay,
Well, it's on appears first on Thursday tonight on ABC, actually. So if you have TV, you can watch it tonight.
nice. But you have to watch that first episode because the first episode is like,
So crazy.
and
So
it,
crazy.
and it throws me off because it's like, where's the guilt or the conscious, like she didn't just do it on like a small scale to like gain sympathy from like people around her. The whole world
Yeah.
was like
Like
donating money to
celebrities. Yeah.
her. They were, it's like you were you are literally uprooting other people's lives. Like there were people that felt so bad and thought that they were doing such great things and giving her money that they didn't really even fucking have.
Monthly. Her friend gave her
Yeah,
$500 a month.
I can't
What?
I could
Like,
not.
like
I
to
don't
say
care
that's
even if
my
I
friend
oh,
and then to just completely screw over your friend who's been so generous towards you.
yep.
Absolutely mind blowing. Like,
She's got
that
to
is
have
just
some narcissism in her. Cause like, who the
some.
fuck? Well,
What are you talking
she's
about?
full blown. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It just,
She's, I
even
mean, she
if
hasn't,
I did truly have cancer and I needed help, no way ever would I
ever.
accept $500 a month from you. You know
Right,
what I mean? Even
right.
if I actually needed it.
I would have to do it different ways for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd
Like,
have to like
there's
just
no way.
send you groceries or send you stuff
Yeah.
on
Where I can't like
Amazon.
give it back.
Yes,
Like,
yes. I would
like,
have to do something so
yeah.
dramatic to help you because you would
Yeah.
just be like, no, I'm
No.
good.
Send your
I'm
Venmo
good.
back like that.
Yep,
Because that's
absolutely.
insane. Like
Right.
I I would not be able to live with the guilt.
And then she did this whole blogging, which is really good.
Good
Like,
juice.
absolutely. I'm so glad that people are using their tools to, spread words. And I love blogs. I think that they're great. I mean, we do it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, I forgot about her blog, which I don't know how I forgot.
but
But
it's too detailed. She's literally just traveling the world.
it's too detailed.
It's too detailed. It went too far, too fast.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like even like the little bit of the blog that I saw. Um, sorry if I'm making people busy. It was like immediately I knew.
Yeah,
I'm like, there's
something.
something wrong with this
Yeah.
because it's like there's zero chance, like, oh my God, I'm gonna go crazy. Okay. Hopefully people just listen to this and don't actually freaking watch because if they watched me rummaging through my house, it's got a cardboard cut.
What are you
Okay.
looking for?
The Free Sons. He wants
Oh,
a juice now.
Of
And they're
course.
not in the fridge. My bad. Okay. Anyway, the blog
The blog.
looked like how fun, not fun, but how good to have a blog to kind of like get your emotions out, like get your thoughts out if you are going through something like that, like cancer or anything else. But to have that and to have the blog blow up almost immediately like it did is insane.
Totally.
And it almost feels like when she gained that much attention, she was like, "Oh, you know what? I can gain a lot from this."
Yeah.
Like it almost felt like
I
at first it was like, to gain a little bit of sympathy, and then she was like, "Well, I'm gonna
It's
keep
a
this
lot
going."
of sympathy, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you're onto something like right on the nose for that. Like, I think that that's just what that is for her. Um, at first, I was like, oh, that's super smart. For those who don't know, my stepmother-in-law passed away a year ago, 2023. She passed away
Okay.
from
Yeah.
breast cancer. That she went through chemo, she was cleared, blah blah blah. 5 years later, she wasn't doing any doctor's appointments, and it snuck up and got her pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, she was able to go to Costa Rica to watch my sister-in-law get married, her daughter get married in Costa Rica, and that was fabulous. She did get to meet Victoria. She was the best Grandma Carol that there ever was,
Oh,
And
yes.
I wish that because I was in such denial, like my husband kept telling me her cancer's back, it's bad. And I didn't like, I didn't comprehend. So I didn't want to comprehend as well,
Yeah. Yeah.
until it was too fucking late, you know? Like
Yeah. It is a hard thing to accept.
everyone's
Don't.
like come to terms with this. We found out on August 1st, my daughter's birthday, we found out that
Man, what a that's
she wasn't coming, and then she died September 15th. So
oh wow.
it was very fast for me because I
Yeah.
was in such denial and I don't know anything about cancer. And I was like, oh, they're gonna put a port in. It's gonna be fine. She's gonna try and fight. I'm don't even get me started on what happens in here because I have no
Yeah.
idea. I
I
didn't even
mean,
do
you try to
any.
rationalize it and, you know,
I just didn't want her. I didn't want to have to deal with it. So I didn't deal with it. That's what
yeah.
happened. And then it was like a
That's
huge
so
shock
me.
that I'm like, oh shit, no, it's
Yeah.
she's going on to hospice now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I didn't even have time to like
Yeah.
I did have time to do it. I just didn't take the time to do it, if that makes
That's
sense. So my husband kept
yeah.
saying, um, my kept husband kept saying like we were supposed to go on this family trip and she was supposed to come, and my father-in-law and her backed out the last minute. This was Labor Day weekend, so 13 days before she died. And
Yeah, wow.
I was just like, I don't want to go. I don't want you to bring this up in front of Gianna, her daughter, who was coming out here for a
Yeah.
vacation. And my husband's like, what do you think is really happening? I'm like, I don't know, but I don't want to talk about it. That's my bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I saw her write this whole vlog and blog, because there's videos and words, I guess. I was like, oh, that's super smart to do so that your children can go back and read everything that you were feeling. Like, oh,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, you were
Yeah.
doing this to prove that you were doing all these things. This was your blueprint. Okay, so
Yeah.
you didn't. Okay,
Yeah.
but so something that took something sweet, like, oh shit, like I wish I would have done this or I wish I would have done that for you know
Yeah.
my daughter to remember someone who loved her so much. It's very different.
Yeah. And it's just immediately makes like a pit in my stomach to think about
Ick.
like,
It's an ick. Yes.
yeah, like how
Yeah.
many people supported Amanda out of feeling or knowing what it's like to lose
Right.
someone to cancer and to watch them suffer through. Hey, Cash. Cash. No. Oh my gosh. He's literally sticking his tongue into the dog crate. Okay. Okay, come on, Bubba.
He's wanting to
Um,
be an animal lover.
oh my gosh. Anyway, um, but yeah, to be going through, like to have already gone through that, with someone, and then you see Amanda. I'm sure she had so
Mhm.
many people supporting out of their own guilt or their own mourning from, you know,
Someone.
other loved ones. And it's
Yeah.
like, how fucking dare you, dude?
Yeah.
Like that's not something you just
Yeah.
fucking joke about, like, or I don't know that,
Who says
you
that?
know, like if
Who,
you want to be a liar and you want sympathy, like lie about something a lot less serious, okay?
yeah, like literally cancer kills everybody because there is no cure for a cancer. Cancer eats you alive,
It's
literally. That's why they call it cancer. And that's why it always says, fuck you. I won.
yeah.
Fuck you. They don't even
Ugh.
try to bleep it out. They want you to know, fuck you, cancer,
Yeah.
every
And I
time. So
and
crazy.
but that's also why I'm so just like disgusted by her because it's like you have zero humanity.
Don't get too disgusted. You still have to watch another episode.
Oh well, I'm started disgusted and I'm staying disgusted.
Oh, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and I like to
Oh,
live in bliss
see, I did
and
kind of know the
denial.
story. I just knew like the basics, like essentially from the first episode is kind of what I already knew, minus all of the other players in it, you know.
Yeah. I told
But
Brayden, he was like, "Oh, what show are you guys doing for After Dark?" And I was like, "Oh, we were gonna do dark side of reality TV." And then I told them like the whole spiel. When it's your husband, you can go on tangents and
yeah.
say, well, no one paid attention. And we all waited till the last minute to discuss it. So we had to binge it and then we couldn't even do it. So then
Yeah.
I was like, so Brittany just picked Scamanda. And he was like, so who did Amanda scam? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't.
One.
I'm like, how do you even know that's what happened? He goes, Scamanda.
Yeah. I didn't even it didn't even dawn on me that you were reading that title and not realizing that.
I I knew that it was something but a scam, but I didn't know like
Yeah.
it was just like, oh, who did Amanda scam? I was like, well, have you heard the story?
Oh
Like,
my
okay,
gosh.
so you're just being Brayden.
You know,
Perfect.
one day we'll have to look into this a little more as well. What was her name?
I
Um,
need more words than that.
okay. All I have is a dog chewing up a box, a kid in the dog crate, opening and closing the freaking door over and over again. So all I hear is too many sounds. I'm sorry.
You need to get AirPods.
I do. I'm gonna get on that because
So
can
hard.
everyone anyway,
So who was that one girl? We need to talk
um
about what?
I forgot her name. Okay, she's got a show, documentary. I read her book that, well, it's not her book. It was by her friend. She's the socialite, the fake socialite that like scammed like rich people out of money and
Oh,
like
Anna Delvey.
yes. Yes. Okay, if you see, if you're gonna she's someone that scammed a lot of people and I'm like, you know what? But also why I want to deep dive into that because I only know a
It's on the
few
list. I'll put it there.
story parts, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? So in my head as of right now, I'm like, yeah,
You
fuck
should
them.
you
Good
should watch
job.
it. It is on. It's called Inventing
Gosh.
Anna, and it is on Netflix. So I'll put that on there, and we will have that for an after dark episode because that is a so crazy.
Yes. Yeah, I
Like
think I read
people.
I read the book. I'm looking at the book. My friend Anna, it
Yeah,
was her friend Rachel DeClue that wrote it. And it really honestly the whole time I was like, yeah, I mean, obviously she's scammy. I had a really hard time feeling sorry for anyone around her because I mean,
because she's
I don't know, it
rich,
seemed obvious to me, but no, she
because they're
was
rich.
like, oh,
No,
the
yes,
friend, yeah.
yeah. It's really
Yeah,
hard to
and I
feel. It's really hard to feel bad for the rich and famous, but unfortunately, that's when they get duped the most. There's just
yeah,
too much money. If you have if you have to work for your money, you're checking your account, you know?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
If you have I shouldn't say if you're working for your money because that's not fair because I work for my money and you work for your money and so do those rich people. They just know how to stay rich longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait to be there. I'm going to be there. Watch me. Anyways,
Yeah, no one should be scammed out of their money. I don't mean
no,
that.
no.
I just mean it just kind of makes me giggle. Like
Yeah.
she
But
didn't
she
fake
got she got
cancer and scam
banks. Exactly. She
like,
got banks to back her. She got her friends to cover their vacations. Like even though she was
yes.
telling them that she'd pay them back, it it's not
Yeah.
the same. You literally told people
And
a fictional thing and got money from them to support your lifestyle and your travels and all the things that you wanted to do.
hey, hey, good boy. Come here. Come here. Okay. Come here, bud. Come on. It's a treat. This way, this way, this way. This way, this way. This way.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I need my Dr. Pepper to do more.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, but I have a hard time having empathy when these vacations are like 50 to $70,000 vacations for
Totally.
like two women. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I have a real hard time having empathy.
I mean, you get scammed, you get scammed. It sucks. Doesn't matter what
Oh,
tier you're on.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, did she deserve it? No. But I just can't even wrap my head around how you don't even notice at first that you've got like 50 grand out of your bank account. What do you mean?
That's what I mean. They're just built differently. They don't have to. They have people for that. There's so many different other situations that happen. But,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what Anna Delvey did. She went to prison. She did her shit,
Yeah.
whatever. And that's no excuse or anything like that. But she didn't scam people out of money from sympathy,
Right. Yeah.
an
Like
uncurable
she didn't,
disease.
well, from what I know, maybe once we do
True,
a deep
true,
dive, we'll figure other
true.
things out.
We don't know
So as of
anything.
right now, take it with a grain
We're,
of salt because we don't know. But
yeah, but we will
actually,
find out
take
about
everything that I say
Scamanda.
with a fucking grain of salt because,
We're biased sometimes, in case
yeah.
you didn't know. Next week we're going to talk about we're going to do a recap of the Scamanda just to talk about the next episode, and then
Yeah.
we're going to also talk about Who Killed John Benet Ramsey on Netflix. I do personally have a very very big obsession with John Benet. I lived in California when she died, and we were moving to Colorado, and that was like the first thing that I saw about Colorado, and I was like, oh.
That was the first thing I thought about when we first moved out there. I was
Yeah.
like, dude,
I was 10, so it was a big difference. Um,
yeah.
but I was just enamored by it. I It's always fascinated me how all these things happen. And what you really have to ask yourself is, what do you know about the John Benet Ramsey story? I asked my husband what he knew about that, and he said that one of the family did it. And I was like, oh, well, wrong. But that's what the media pushed out. So it's all about media. I'm really excited about this one because it's actually
I'm
mind
excited about
blowing.
that one too because there's so many different. We might have to have
I already
more.
watched it. So
I've watched everything with John Benet Ramsey. I don't think I've seen the new one yet because Tyler wanted to watch it with me. Um,
Oh, well, then he needs to hurry up because it's happening.
yeah, we'll watch that this week.
I slammed it, and I was just like, oh, what?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I originally
What?
first started it, and then I was like, are they just fucking telling us the same shit that we've known for forever? Like, so
First
there's
thing
more. Good.
they they say, ask what you know, and I asked Brayden. He said that the family did it. Did you know that they had DNA tested against all the family members? And when they were still looking into the family members, they already knew that all family members were cleared from DNA evidence. And they
I
still
believe
went
it.
after that mom, and they still went after that dad, and they still went after that brother.
I believe it. It's so sad
Absolutely
because then the mom
crazy.
ended up dying of cancer. Like she had
Yeah,
breast cancer, right?
she got cancer again. Yeah, just like my
Yeah.
stepmother-in-law. That so crazy. So crazy. But
Ugh.
they knew that they didn't have anything to do with it. And they still harassed and told the media whatever they wanted for their own propaganda. Bullshit.
I do
I'm
I
not
do
okay with that.
often I do often think that things like that, like media out like, journalists, media sources, they're out to
Don't
just
get
have their
used. Don't
story
get
and they
used. Know your facts.
yes. Yeah. They do not look into it. They don't care. They don't understand or even think about what kind of repercussions for that family.
Mhm.
Like their whole life has been obviously John Bonet
Scrutinized.
dying. Yes, but John Bonet dying is horrible in itself, and that would be
Yeah.
awful to, as a mother myself. You don't get over that.
No.
They live for their second kid, and that's that, but like, you don't get over that. And then to add on top of that, to have to feel like you have to defend yourself, your
And
partner, and your other kid, like,
yep, everything you're doing,
yeah,
everything. It's
yeah.
crazy. Like this is a very hot topic in my head. A I
This
like to
one
believe what
and what is her name? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I don't know her name. The real cute little blonde girl. The family was like out of the country or whatever, and they all went on a family
Madeline.
trip, and they were,
Madeline.
yes, Madeline.
Madeline McKay.
Madeline McCain. Yep, that's it.
I know
Those
my
two,
I still haven't
I,
found her, but it's so crazy. Yeah.
oh,
Until next time, we'll see you then.
okay.
Bye.